Welcome everybody to Wednesday Night Modern here at the Nerd Rage Gaming storefront in lovely Buffalo Grove, Illinois. My name is Aviva Goodman alongside Dominic Stryker. How you doing, Dom?
I'm doing Loverly because it is week 11. This is like
Yes, sir.
we are basically right on the precipice of the end of this league, which is our 12-week long league here for our local players. Week 11 is like the make or break league because we've added on the drop two clause where people's worst 2 weeks get dropped off. Week 11 is now going to be the first time that there'll be one extra day and you can start shaving away and finding all the cream that'll rise to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our season 2 of our Modern League here at the store. The prize pool is has just reached $1,500 paid out in store credit to our top 8 players. Sam on the left is at that number 1 spot with Andre in the top 16. These players are battling out for a lot of money right now. Sam is in his first time ever in this league at the top spot and is trying very hard to hold on to it. A good finish here will add to his score. A bad finish will get dumped off at the end.
Right.
But yeah, so we've got a little bit of math to do, but currently he's sitting at 102 points.
Oh my goodness.
Which is pretty crazy.
Now, a thing that's going to be important for this matchup here, we have Sam on Hammer Time, a little bit of splash of everyone's villain. We will not speak its name until ye shall arrive.
No, Sam's got probably one of the prettiest decks in the room, has just been getting it all foiled out, all signed. I got some stuff signed for him in Dallas, I know.
He's about to go to that Gen Con, get all, there's a whole alley.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I got to get those basics signed still.
And we have Andre on the right side here playing Is It Wizards, or as I call it, Izzy Wizzies.
Izzy Wizzies.
What's very important here is the matchup for Hammer Time can be very difficult, kind of the more removal your opponent has. That's unfortunately the way that it goes. And this Wizards deck, we can already see things like the Galvanic Discharge, and I'm sure it'll be supported by Counterspell and the like.
Yeah, you don't need to remove it if you don't let it resolve.
But I think what is a slight reprieve or a good thing for Sam is that Andre is playing Is It and not Jeskai, and isn't playing Wrath of the Skies, which is the true destroyer of the Hammer deck.
Absolutely.
So Sam can at least try to 1-for-1 a little bit more with the Is It deck.
Starting us off here, Andre's played a little land go. Sam started with the Sigarda's Aid. Second turn is now playing a Steel Shaper's Gift to go grab himself an equipment, which will be a Colossus Hammer.
And this is one of the more telling parts of the game because what Sam might be trying to set up here is animating this Inkmoth Nexus and putting this hammer on it and just 1-2 punching. If it's an 11-11, you can't discharge it now, can you? Because I was wondering, Sam playing this hammer deck for so long, sometimes we have in these matchups against Thundering Falls Fetchland, whether it be Murktide or Is It Wizard deck or whatever, I sometimes have an interest in grabbing Cryptic Coat and just having your one standalone threat, right? If that resolves, the creatures have ward, you get to bounce it, you can make a lot of creatures. That could be a card that could win the game on its own. Sam instead grabbing the namesake hammer and kind of showing Andre, I don't plan to play a long game at all.
I don't think a long game does him very well here. I think the longer it goes, the blue heavy deck will gain card advantage and just have more answers than you have problems.
Yes. The Tune the Narrative Tameo Snapcaster deck can conveniently go longer than the white-based equipment deck, right?
Absolutely. Andre continuing to play land go here. Played Tune the Narrative to get some energy. Sam has a bird in hand. Has that hammer in hand. I see a second Sigarda's Aid if that gets gone at some point.
And what Sam might be trying to set up here, it's hard to tell when all the cards are white, but we're getting closer and closer to having the mana value of being able to hold up a Surge of Salvation while also trying to hammer up your Inkmoth. The hard part is when your blue opponent plays nothing and just passes the turn, how are you even going to try to resolve one of those cards, let alone all of those cards?
Play for the turn will be a Pure Steel Paladin, Andre.
Yep. The Stern Scolding main deck, putting this Pure Steel Paladin straight into the bin, countering it for its 2 power and its 2 toughness.
Seems very strong, especially in a Nadu-based meta. Not too many Nadu decks at our store. I'd say we have a pretty diverse meta here. As we see, we've got Hammer and Is It Wizards, both, I would say, decidedly B tier.
Sure. It's very hard when we live in a world of Marn is mostly just all B tiers.
There's I'd say it's I don't know. There's like the big spike right at the top, and then a lot of sort of a plateau of decks that
Yes.
are evenly powered.
It's hard to bet against the Is It Wizards deck when it's like I have Counterspell, Bolt effects, and uh, big creatures to put the game away, like the Murktide plan, but just being a little more specific and specialized.
Ooh, that's not a counter spell, but it will just it will counter the important part of Stoneforge Mystic
Yes.
there. Dress Down will come down on the field for Andre. That's a card I've seen rise back up in popularity in the Nadu meta for sure. We saw it a lot in Murktide decks when it was more popular.
Oh
It became
yes.
a little less popular, and thus did Dress Down. But I've been seeing that card rotate through store stock quite a
Yes.
bit more.
And well, I'll be interested. The last time I played against Andre, he was pairing these dress downs with null drifters.
Oh,
And I don't know if
interesting.
the null drifters are still here, but the dress downs most certainly are. So Andre may have a little sneaky package in the back as the Fruit Loop Master Nadu is here. Just kidding.
Never mind, it'll go back on top with the subtlety. We'll see how Sam decides there. Thinking about it a little bit, will opt to put it back on top.
Yeah, the question was this bait, right? Is Sam now a little clear for takeoff to try to resolve something else?
Oh, interesting. He's just going to play
His hammer
this
on the
hammer on the stack with the Sigarda's Aid, can put it onto that Stone Forge, but just lots of blue cards telling Sam he can't do what he wants here. Forced negation will take out that hammer.
Second
hammer.
This is gonna go on this Stone Forge. It's gonna be so huge, and now attacks
Big
for 11.
girl. Big old girl.
And what's hard is the Izzet deck is so reliant on counter spells and Galvanic Discharge. No matter how hard you try, this discharge can only deal 5 next turn if we want it to.
Yeah.
And we're relying on finding like a Sink and a Stupor or an Odawar to try to bounce this thing because it's just too big. And so much so that we're chumping with our subtlety.
Indeed. So life total is sitting at pretty healthy 15 and 16 here, Sam to Andre. Back on Andre's turn, Tamio will be the first play. Tamio, Inquisitive Student.
I forgot. So this is now going to allow this Flame of Anor.
Who is a wizard.
We can hit the hammer and the Stoneforge because when the hammer's gone, Stoneforge will be back being a little teeny tiny with 2 damage on it, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, with modal cards, you resolve them in the order that they are on the card. So you'll see the shatter effect and then the damage go through.
And
I guess it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
But yeah.
And here, remember, we put this Nadu back on top, and now here it is. And this is possibly the power of having Nadu at the top of your hammer deck, is Andre spent so much time answering your A plan, just all of the hammer stuff going on, that if Sam finds just a little bit to start enabling the Nadu side of the plan, can recoup all of that advantage that we lost.
Indeed. Hall of Storm Giants will be land for turn for Andre. That might be a problem if Sam doesn't kill him soon. Here, Tamio swinging through the air.
Yes.
Can get blocked by a Nadu.
Might as well. The thing deals 0 damage, right?
Sure. Gets a clue for his trouble there. And then Flame of Anor.
Okay. Trigger.
Kill the bird.
Yes, trigger. Pure Steel.
We'll see a Pure Steel into hand.
Now, no matter what, this Nadu drew a card.
Pure Steel's a great draw too. Maybe not as strong. It's redundant, right, with the Sigarda's Aid.
Yes, but it does at least allow you to draw cards off your equipments if they come into play.
That's a very good point.
And Pure Steel is what turns all your equipments into a Shuko, where Sigarda's Aid gives you kind of that one-time shot at it.
Tamio will flip in Andre's second main. We'll go back to Sam's turn here. There's the backside of that card. Andre's got the lovely full art version that's on the box art. First play for the turn will be a Pure Steel from Sam, the one he drew off the Nadu.
And Sam's been working hard to slowly, we kind of got 2 for 1 a couple of times, but Andre is slowly running out of cards that Sam is going to need to just boot up this Inkmoth. We're trying to push.
All right, into combat. Animated Inkmoth Nexus will attack. Galvanic Discharge, targeting.
Get him. Bonk.
And he has the hammer.
Slide.
In response. What I think you have to do there is declare. You have to wait for Sam to do it.
You have to wait, because
I think Andre was okay there.
Yes. This is kind of the very, very, very important part about timing of your card is, especially when you're trying to get with a removal spell like that, if you're the inciting incident, they're able to then respond to it. But if Sam goes and he passes,
Yeah.
and then Andre goes, I'd like to also pass priority. Sam will not get it back. You just go to damage, and then there's never that moment. But Andre, inciting it with a removal spell, allows Sam to regain priority, both nullifying the removal spell and just bonk, killing off with it.
I think that's one of the trickier things about modern is it's the sort of who blinks first
Mhm.
format.
Yes.
Andre understood the situation there. He knows that an ink moth, has infect, 10 damage, a hammer, all
Mhm.
those things, right? But just a little misstep with the timing of
Yeah.
things caused him to lose that game.
It's so hard. You have in your brains like, if this connects, I will die to it, so I must stop it. But if I act first, then that's just what allows it to fire back.
For sure. So let's take a look at deck lists here. Is this Andres? This is one grabbed off of MTG Goldfish, just an example deck list we have for you here. You see a lot of the cards that we saw on the screen there. We'll take a look at this example sideboard real quick. We have Subtlety, Consigned to Memory, Stern Scolding, Surgical Extraction, Cast into the Fire, Engineered Explosives, Disruptor Flute, Unlicensed Hearse, and Blood Moon.
There's so many good cards here.
I think those last ones I said, maybe that's some recency bias, but Blood Moon sounds very good against a deck where I just lost to Inkmoth Nexus.
So, Moon shuts down Inkmoth Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
It shuts down your greedy mana base because you're trying to splash for Nadu.
Right.
And it kills your Sagas.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the play, so you're able to push it earlier into the game as opposed to trying to do it when you're on the draw and them already having 3 turns of their mana.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is also a card like Engineered Explosives. I talked about how Hammer is a big dog to a card like Wrath of the Skies.
Yeah.
Engineered Explosive is kind of the mold that Wrath took its information from. If a card like Cast into the Fire is available, that's another one, just exiling an artifact. These Consigned to Memories. The Consign is one of those cards that you're going to find edge cases over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to remember it costs 1 mana, right? You're going to be able to counter an equip trigger. You're able to counter a hammer. You can counter an aid. Like, there's going to be so many small, weird things that it might be worthwhile, depending on if you have these more expensive cards like an Invert Polarity or something in your deck, that maybe it is worthwhile to just have something cheaper that you know will come up and will come up at moments where it matters.
All good points. We'll take a look at Sam's deck list now. Here's his full 76. Got that 61 main board. This was submitted through our Discord. So if you have any questions, want to see some of the decks that people are submitting over there, join us in the Discord.
I know which card is the 61st, and we're going to talk about it real quick. All right.
Is it this weird Assassin's Creed card with the funky border? That's Universe Beyond border?
Battlefield Improvisation, right? So this is 1 and a white. Target creature gets +2/+2. Very importantly, that triggers Nadu to give it +2/+2. If that creature is attacking, you may attach any number of your equipments to that creature. So what this is a 2 mana, move all of your stuff to the unblocked, unkilled thing in your deck, while also making sure that you have ways to like trigger Nadu while moving along through that chain. So we've been looking for a while. There's slightly versions of this in like the Pioneer decks. It just wasn't good enough. But this is an instant and can just move it all, including cards like your Shadow Spear, your boots, your coat. Like there's so many stuff that could move over that could be incredibly helpful to move off the improvisations.
Very interesting piece of tech right there. We'll head into game 2 as players are shuffling up.
In sideboard, you want the blacksmith skills and the counter spells. You're playing against removal spells deck.
Yeah, Sam was looking at his sideboard. He always comes in early and takes a good look at his deck before he gets gaming for the night. He was talking to me about switching out some cards, wanted to add those blacksmith skills in to take against Wrath of the Skies specifically.
Yeah, Sam and I have been talking about this. Sam and I were both playing Nadu Hammer for about like 2-3 months there. I've gone full dark side, but we still chat a lot about making sure ways to make this deck work. We were talking about the skill.
You added black to the deck? No?
I was talking about just playing. I just play normal Nadu now.
Oh, you just play.
I play full dark side, full villain now.
I see.
But the blacksmith skill, like you said, allowing to push through Wrath of the Skies. Sam said he's finding a lot of games that if he could just keep one of the pieces around, like a Sigarda's Aid, could allow just enough to continue to push after a big sweeper like that.
Andre on the play again for game 2. We'll start off with the Tamio instead of playing it later in the game. We'll attack after Sam plays a land and passes, grabbing a clue.
Yeah, we got this clue from our Tamio. Tamio is I think a fine card and a fine enabler, but one that gets really powered up by Flame of Anor.
You know what it does as well is blocks an Ink Moth Nexus or not. Yeah.
It does. It also makes me think I need to go to my life pad every time it attacks for 0. That's the part that really gets me. Like, I can't just not think about the fact that I'm being attacked. I must do something, right? It's like, nope, it's for 0.
Sam already with his deck up, but Andre's still got a Stoneforge Mystic on the stack here. He's got two open mana with a fetch.
Yeah, and Sam is literally casting the Stoneforge after using this Windswept Teeth, so there's literally 0 information. We're just gonna keep shuffling.
It was already randomized. We'll just randomize it again. Subtlety, pitch
Pitch subtlety. But this is the thing, right? Is Sam kind of wants to take these 2 for 1 because we just get the Stoneforge next turn, right?
Sure,
2 subtleties are gone, but you kind of just put your card on a little bit of a layaway.
Yeah, he's not under as much pressure from Andre's side to get stuff onto the field. Obviously, he wants the game to be over quickly, but Andre's not applying a lot of pressure, right? You just know that you need to get the ball rolling against the slower deck.
Gameplay question. Andre here using this unimpeded turn 2 while Sam is tapped out, using our fetch to find this Thundering Falls.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in cracking this clue instead?
Oh, great question. I was like, oh no, you have open mana, get the Surveil Land, of course. Is there any
It's kind of raw card versus card selection. So the clue kind of sits around so that we might be able to slowly manually mode flip this Tamio if you get to 4 mana 2 clue.
That's what I was thinking. There's got to be some other use that the clue gives us, making a spell better, or I think you save it. So
okay,
get the Surveil Land, especially because you don't want to draw it when you need untapped mana.
And looking at Andre's hand, looks like another of the basic islands was in hand, which would have been the land I'm most likely to want to get to try to crack my clue with. So maybe even just like an awkward situation wasn't even a choice, and now we're finding a moment to snack on that clue.
Snack? Oh goodness! I wonder what it tastes like. Cryptic
These
Coat
ones taste
will be
like
the
guys.
find. Cryptic Coat will be the find from the Stoneforge Mystic this time. We'll see. Colossus Hammer worked great last time, but Cryptic Coat you don't need to equip, unlike Colossus Hammer. There's no Sigarda's Aid to help Sam out this time. 2 clues and a Tamio on Andre's side of the field. Lots of open mana. Back on Sam's turn, it will be the Stoneforge Mystic activation.
Ooh. Is it the coat?
Andre gonna take a quick peek.
Oh, this is also no. Oh yeah, because I see Andre's got that consign. That's why we keep checking the different triggers that are happening.
Yeah.
Because we're waiting for a moment where we actually can hit something.
It's just a triggered ability,
Triggered.
right? Oh,
right.
triggered.
So
not activated.
When we put this coat in, we could trigger the make a guy.
Absolutely could.
But maybe. Seems to be resolving. Yes.
Oh my god, look at this little guy.
It's Morph.
That's awesome.
From Treasure Planet. It's the best.
That's so cute.
Yeah, Sam and I made these tokens a while ago and he borrowed my coat.
Sam explaining the stuff going on there. He's going to cloak the card, put the germ token on top.
Oh.
This card out of Murders of Karlov Manor.
I made the mistake. I was talking to someone. I was like, I think Cryptic Coat's in like the top 3 cards, Murders of Karlov Manor. And someone went, all 10 Surveillance. I was like, it's in the top 15 cards. Because the first 10 are the Surveillance.
See, I was going to say it's at most 3rd because Pick Your Poison and Vein Ripper
Correct,
are
right?
very, very strong cards.
I was like, those 3 cards are so good out of this set.
Yeah.
And they're like, the Surveillance. Like,
10 Surveillance, yeah.
So it would be 13th. Not top 3.
Nope.
And Andre, I noticed, using our mana, holding up our mana instead of incentivized to flip our Tamio, using our Surveil Land here, most likely alongside a Clue Crack. Flame of
Anor is very strong. Gonna do damage to the Stoneforge and draw, because he didn't point at the coat.
And there's Blacksmith skill. Give it up. Indestructible.
That lovely
draw too,
Jason Angle signature there.
I would have been interested. Oh no, because Sam had the 2 mana up. So if you try to go for the coat, we could have just picked up the coat, and I think that would have countered the flame. So you gotta be careful there.
We're still on Sam. No,
Andre is just untapped for Andre's
Sorry,
turn.
Flame of Venor. Yeah.
You gotta love an instant. Really throws off the flow of the game.
Yep.
Tamio attacking for 0. Sneaky,
Gonna
sneaky.
get that clue. Neat thing about Cryptic Coat 2 is it can't be blocked, so you can just throw some stuff on there if Andre doesn't have responses that deal with that.
And the creature has Ward 2, which makes it difficult to try to point removal spells at it. The trade-off is it costs, 3 mana in a 1 and 2 mana world.
It's a cloaked creature, so it's a mysterious creature.
It's a mysterious creature.
Which inherently the token has
Ward
2. Very fun, so spooky.
So spooky. Though every time I play Hammer, it always cloaks Sigard as 8, and you're like, wow, do I wish I had drawn this?
I play Crypticoat in my standard sideboard, and it never hits a creature. I play so many creatures in that deck, and it never hits a creature.
Here's this full powered up Flame. We're going after the Stoneforge again, showing a priority on how important this card is. And another skill.
Sheesh.
Show them skills. These cards just get to act as counterspell. It's so great.
Veil of Summer. I guess it doesn't draw.
Yeah, it doesn't draw. But that Flame
That would
of Venor,
be very good. That would be too good, I think.
I'd play it for sure. And this Flame of Venor drawing these cards because we have this wizard in play, flipping this Tamio.
Can you tell me about the relevant stuff on the backside of Tamio? I cannot.
Well, if you
recall.
ask me, I would say none. But the plus is opponent attacking creatures with -1, -0. The -3 is pick up an instant or sorcery if it's green, make a mana.
Interesting.
Which,
but you can. It doesn't have to be green to pick it up.
Right. And who's picking up a green instant or sorcery, right? And then the -8 is classic ultimate. I think it's draw half your deck, no max hand size.
Love it.
I think this card has no text. But this, I played against Andre before. It allows a play pattern of minus grab counterspell, ++, grab counterspell, ++, grab counterspell, which that's annoying.
I would think so, yeah. Sounds not great to me. Doing some combat math, I think. Yep.
Because there's the
no
-1
blockers.
from the Tamio's plus static creation, but the card attacking for 3, so 2 overall damage dealt to the Tamio. It's one of those classic, does it protect itself? It's like, well, kind of. It negates a little bit of damage from each creature. So it's one of those that's really good against the zombies or Marionette Master decks where everything's got 1 power.
Or our number 2 player on the leaderboard, the Goblins player.
Right? Negating a lot of their power is big, but once something is a 10/10, -1 doesn't matter too much. As Sam picks up the coat and cycles it back in off this Stoneforge.
Gonna widen the board a little bit here. You still retain the cloaked creature.
Yeah.
It does have inherent stats of 2/2, so it doesn't need the coat to stay alive. And now there's 2 little guys plus our battle babe on the field. Hitting lots of land drops here. Bit of a slower game than game 2. Andre's got several more resources than he did last time. 3 clues, 6 untapped lands. No energy yet.
Right, yeah. So Andre can, the cost of 2 mana each, start converting these clues into cards if the ones we have just aren't quite it. An attack coming in here for 3, so still not fully threatening the Tamio.
Oh, I just realized what's written on the token. It says Ward 2 on it. That's that's the perfect text to write on there, I think.
Perfect text, yeah, you're right. And cashed in a little bit of that and decided the Tamio can take the 3, no problemo. Drawing a card like Counterspell, who doesn't love having one of those? And oh yeah, Sam out of the sideboard brought in Sanctifier on Vec. Has one in hand, try to punish some of the red cards and red interaction out of Andre.
Yeah.
So many of the removal spells being red based, it allows you a perfect creature to put all your equipment on, but not quite pushing with it. We have an okay board that if Andre tries to answer it, we at least have a backup.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he doesn't, because he plays Sanctifier, has several mana open still.
Because the mana right now in play is pick up coat, drop it with Stoneforge. And it allows him to now slowly do that while holding up skills, surge, those 1 mana piece of interaction.
That's great, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You've clearly played this deck before.
And that might have been a part of the reason why Andre was trying to so aggressively go after these Stoneforges, as Andre cashes in the rest of those clues and just turns them all into raw cardboard.
Ooh, big grip of hand. Big grip of cards, excuse me.
Big grip Big grip in the grippers there.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that word. We'll see a +2 Tameo here. First spell of the turn will be a second Tameo. You can
But
have
the front and the back.
you can have the fronts and the back.
Because 2 different names.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's Tameo Inquisitive Student, Tameo Seasoned something.
Ooh, I
Which
was
are
gonna be very impressed if you knew the
Yeah.
back
Which
half
are
of that
2
card.
different cards when they're in play. But
Mm.
obviously, if Andre flips the second one, they will then
Then it will replace. Land for turn will be Hall of Storm Giants still. Several cards in hand. Lots of mana open as well. See a dress down at the far side.
Yes. Ooh.
That would remove the ward
Right.
and the unblockability. No,
Uh,
the equipment grants that part. It's not on. Right.
that's a question for another time. I'm not entirely sure.
Dress down leads to so many judge calls.
Yes. It is the most judge called card in the history of Magic, so much so that at the Magic Judge conferences, there are entire sessions dedicated to just dress down and its interactions with cards.
Great.
I have
that.
downloaded said PowerPoint, and it's wild.
Oh, what what interesting bedtime literature.
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh my goodness, we're out of morph tokens. What are we using now?
Right now, it's Alice in Wonderland,
Oh, that's really cute. I like that.
which is the back, I believe, of Sam's Construct token.
Mm.
I would recommend using the NRG series Construct token personally.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Brand new token from our team event. If you win a showdown, you could get your own token too. I plan to make my team token next event in Madison.
But I plan to make my team token at the team event in Madison.
Well, we're just going to have to see who comes out on top then.
Okay.
Sir. I got a stacked team. You got a stacked team too.
Yeah,
oh my
hold on.
god. Hold on. Let's talk about I got a team of NRG champs competitors and you have the regional champion on your team.
And NRG champs competitor.
And NRG champs competitor. Yeah.
I'm trying.
And then there's the two of
yeah,
us.
I am A-okay at that. And Sam here doing what this coat's meant to do, just trying to apply as much pressure as you can. Just trying to turn these cards sideways.
Yeah, remember when he just had a Stoneforge Mystic and now he's got 4 times his wide board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard because this Tameo is giving them all -1 power. So they're all attacking for a little bit. And we're dedicating resources to getting this Tameo off the board. But now Andre is clear for takeoff just to flip the other one.
There you go. Yeah, life totals are very healthy. Still 16 to 15.
Yeah. Sam's dedicated, I think, 2 to 3 full combats to answering that flipped Tameo.
I think it's the third, yeah.
And Andre about to untap with enough mana to start going for this Hall of the Storm Giants. He's feeling like putting it away.
Ooh. He feels real spicy. What is this card?
Preordain. This is the Lord of the Rings commander deck printing a Preordain.
Thank you. Okay.
I remember having the same thought for so long that I'm just like, yep, that's one of the Preordains.
Yeah, that card just does not look like a Preordain to me. It looks like
It's a little wizard doing like a sky scrying spell. And then when you get to that point, you're like, oh, they are preordaining something. But
all right.
it just looks like
I
a
dig
big
it.
wobbly cloud.
Yeah. I thought it was a Doctor Who card for that reason.
Oh,
It looked very wobbly.
It sure looks like it. Tameo, what you doing? Turn sideways, attacking for 0.
Yeah, I think this is Andre's 4th clue he's earned this game from Tameo.
So many more. Because we had Tameo alone that made 3. And we've been cracking them slowly but surely.
So maybe 5.
Yeah, 5 or
5
6.
or 6.
I'm with you there. Andre's going to hold up all this mana until the end of time. Summoning piece of interaction. Oh.
First energy gain to this game from Tune the Narrative.
How long did it take you to realize that Tune the Narrative is a play off Attune with Aether?
Is that what it is? Is that the reference?
Because it's a part of the cycle. Attune with Aether was the cost a single G, get 2 energy, find a basic out of your deck. And this is a single blue, draw a card, make 2 energy.
Oh my gosh, every card is part of a cycle nowadays. Right? Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
It feels like less cycle and like in the same mold. Yeah, or
yeah,
callback.
like Psychic Frog and
Psychotog. Yeah, Tune the Narrative and Attune with Aether. As we got a war going, we have Bolt on Stoneforge followed by the Surge of Salvation.
A little bit of a stack going on here. We're going to add to it.
Oh, yeah, because Andre has so many cards.
So many.
Here's just straight up counterspell.
There you go. Sam, another. Oh my god, he has another Surge.
Yep.
Wow.
And this might be the turn of just trying to work through all his resources.
And then pierce through with a discharge this time. Now that he's got some energy.
Yep, so we'll gain 3, spend 2 of it. And clear that whole stack and pick up a coat.
And pick up the coat.
And it's very easy for Sam when he starts going after the Stoneforge to use the mana to fight back because you don't have a use for that mana if the Stoneforge is gone anyways.
Right. Tameo plus again. Pure Steel will be Sam's first spell of the turn.
Yeah, but the
subtlety, pitching,
the
dress down is very interesting choice. Have to play the subtlety for free because of that stack war we just had.
Yeah, used up a bunch of Andre's resources that way. And now might be time. We've had the Sanctifier in hand for a while. We're going to try to push it now.
I think that's good sequencing there, playing the Pure Steel into the Sanctifier.
Yes.
Turn the warded creatures sideways for 3.
Because Sam is utilizing kind of this concept in Magic of like having a bait spell, right, when you're playing against these highly interactive decks. But what's fun is the better Magic gets, your bait spells are also incredible
Also
if they
just
resolve.
good.
Yeah, so it's like
I had that issue when I played my 1 week of Modern a few weeks back. Just like all the cards are good.
Yep.
Which ones do you counter?
You're like, I could counter the first one, but the second one's gonna be bad. But it's gonna be bad if they have both too.
Right. Attack to the Tameo again. I think he's done 4 to 5 attacks on the Tameo, which would have had Andre close to dead at this point. Back on Andre's turn, we'll just play a land and pass. Plus the Tameo, so these creatures have shrunk again. What's going on?
The Sanctifier has an ETB to exile all the red cards in yard, and I believe Andre is a Snapcaster deck, so it's very important that those are gonzo. And we can resolve it here with this one.
Is that something that we have to point out, or does he just miss the beneficial trigger?
That's a great question. Well, chatting, triggering. No problems. Get that discharge out of here. And the bolt, yeah. I don't believe Andre is playing Murktides or cards that are that beneficial, but definitely having a card like Snapcaster in your deck, it matters that Flames and Bolts and all those cards are gone.
All right, the second Sanctifier did get countered. Now the coat will be another spell for turn. Andre, run another cards in his hand. Will consign, replicate.
Trigger? The ETB trigger? Oh. Yep. Nope. Never mind.
Just going to change his mind and play the other card in his hand, which is a counterspell.
Oh.
Heartbreaking. He has so many counterspells. Subtlety, counterspell, counterspell.
But we have 1 card left. It's consign, and Sam knows it now.
Sam does know about it. We'll crack a clue to grab another card. Oh, a discharge is very strong.
Why we have the Sanctifier. You can't discharge that thing.
No, but with all this mana, you could just send it at one of the other creatures.
Yes. But
I think Sam's got to start attacking face here. Andre has had such a healthy life total for so long.
But I think we're reaching the point he's wearing Andre down. And now we have a good target to put equipments on if we find them. And our hand is Pure Steel Nadu.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's a very good combination.
Yes, because
with an equipment on the field.
Yeah, that's the one thing we're missing is the equipment.
Yeah.
Because the Pure Steel will make the equipment into a Shuko if we get enough artifacts in play. And Nadu's the one who loved a Shuko.
Those 2 cards do go very well together, I've heard.
Andre drew a second red removal spell back to back with this Sanctifier just resolving. And we don't know what's under Sam's ward creatures. There could be an Esper Sentinel or something floating under there.
I don't think there's anything that gives you more power than what you currently have.
Right. But we could sneakily get Pure Steel or
something. Oh, I was going to suggest this. I was like, there's no way he's going to do it, right? Fire up the hall.
This thing's like a 6/6, right?
7/7, I think. Or maybe that's the activation number. Hold on.
You're getting swapped exactly what I get swapped. I can't remember which is which.
Yeah. I'll get it pulled up here for viewers at home and for our benefit as well. Back on Sam's turn after the combat.
But now we got a lot of clear for takeoff.
Gonna throw down basically his whole hand. Here comes the Pure Steel and the Nadu.
The hall is a 7/7.
It is a 7/7. Activate for 6. There we go.
Now
Ward 3.
Yeah, and we have Nadu and Pure Steel as blockers, but Andre has a removal spell for both of those.
Indeed.
And Sam took the 7 from the hall last turn, so I think we're at 9.
Yeah, definitely not 16.
Ooh, take that Pierce.
Okay, trigger off on the discharge on the Nadu. See the Pierce, draw the Pierce.
See the Pierce, draw the Pierce. And now our hand is Pierce Aid. Oh my goodness, Sam is coming from the depths of this game being so long and so interactive.
Okay, with that Tamio gone though, Andre's life total is getting pretty low
Yeah.
as well. Life total is now 9-6 after standing at 16-15 for a long time.
And Andre's drawn a second consign after not finding room to cast the first one yet. And I did say these cards are slightly better, but situational. But Sam has not drawn any of the cards where the situation comes up.
Right, yeah.
And that's the handshake.
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Oh, Andre conceding, not being able to find a line.
There was a pure cylinder there. You're right. Yeah. Andre not finding the line there. Just a lot of power in play.
Indeed, indeed. So Sam, our #1 spot on the leaderboard, will win his first match of the night. Before we head into round 2 here, we're going to take a quick look at our weekly schedule. We at Nerd Rage Gaming support 5 full organized play games. Those are Magic, Pokemon, Digimon, One Piece, and Lorcana. We've also started bringing Bandai games to the series as well. We had some 1Ks go on in Chicago, and we plan to bring One Piece back to Madison as well. One Piece is one of the hottest games of the year. I mean, it's just had its first year anniversary.
And it's taken off locally big.
It's huge presence here in our community. We have a league going on there as well on Tuesdays, which gets, I would say, on average, like 30 people, which is truly crazy. Tuesday used to be our slowest day, and now I think it's probably our busiest. Wednesday, of course, we have Modern. Thursday is Commander and Pokemon. You can catch the stream for Pokemon tomorrow at 6:30 with our lovely commentators. This Friday is Bloomborough pre-release, which will replace Standard, but will have Legacy for all those lovely old heads that don't like to learn what new cards do. They like to play with their fun old cards, and then One Piece as well. Digimon is on Saturdays and Mondays, as well as EDH on Monday, and then Lorcana hangs out on Tuesdays with One Piece. We have a lovely crowd for all of our games, and we'd love to see you come on by to play them. You can check out our stores for cards associated with all those games as well. With that being said, though, we'll be right back after a quick break. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Welcome back, folks. We're in round 2 of Wednesday Night Modern here at the NRG storefront. Excuse the technical difficulties.
It's the Void versus Jack. What's the question?
Yes, John just said he's memeing. So we don't...
So play along at home. If you find out from the cards you see what we're supposed to call it, let me know.
Yes, tell us in chat. John will be on the play for game 1 here against Jack, our #2 seed on the leaderboard.
Bro, did you say you're memeing and I'm looking at Young Wolves? Excuse me?
He's a spells matters mage. He's a is it mage. This is a meme for him apparently.
I remember the very first event that John came to here. He went, "Oh, I'm memeing, like I just found this deck." And he was playing
just like
Seismic Assault.
Oh, that's an actual meme. I don't know what that card is at all.
This is our Stitcher supplier. We're gonna mill 3 here on ET the Bee. We're finding.
I see. That's Spice. That's not a Yogg card.
Yeah, we're not Yoggin. I imagine we're Chthonian
we're
Nightmare.
grease fanging. That's I know this
God.
play pattern.
I would love to fang. Oh boy, do I love Grease Fang. As
Jack got that classic turn 1 play, Cavern naming goblins into an Aether Vial.
Are you sure it's naming goblin?
I would think.
Maybe it's naming Ringleader.
Maybe it's not a creature type.
It's always Gobos. Here's the Stitcher supplier coming in for 1, and here's the Nightmare. Yeah, John's Nightmaring.
Chthonian?
I'm going to call this Golgari Nightmare. I don't know what else is going on, but...
Yeah, Chthonian Nightmare, such a joy to spell in the search bar. I don't remember what it does, I'll be honest.
Whoa, okay. So we are going to sacrifice the Stitcher supplier as the cost, which allows us to mill 3, targeting to pay the full 3 energy to reanimate this Grist, because it's a creature in the yard, but enters as Grist. You know the Grist thing.
That's sick. I dig that a lot.
And now we've milled a green flare, and now we're casting a green flare. Sacrificing the bug. Wait,
I see, because we ticked out.
We can't sack the bug. We can't do that.
It's a token. It's a token.
We can't. Wheel.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god, I'm seeing Questing Druid. No, that's Fiend Artisan.
It's non-token. Player. Sir. Quick rewind.
Sweep.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
He's memeing, guys.
I'm eagle-eyed on this Golgari nonsense. That's my jam.
Is the camera not fixable, Bryce? Okay. Not currently was the answer.
Yeah, and John's playing Golgari Nightmare. That sounds good to me.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. as a stocked yard
I
already.
know.
That
I was about
supplier
to
doing
say that's a
so
lot
much
of
work.
cards.
The this allows the Stitcher supplier we sacked. It came out. We milled from the grist. So that alone is at least 7 cards milled over here. And now a Skirk Prospector being sacked to cast a Bogart Harbinger.
Hmm. That's a card I haven't seen in a minute. Very hard to keep that card in stock.
Not Bogart Harbinger, sorry, Bogart Trawler.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no, excuse me. All the Bogarts.
Yes. No, you were very close. I
Humphrey
think about as
included.
close as you can be.
Yes, this one is the MDFC with the Exile the Graveyard effect on the front, which we cast. And, John, where'd all that graveyard go?
We have Orc Army
Okay.
from this Bowmaster. Is that? What am I looking at here?
Sacrifice it, bring back the Bowmaster, return the Nightmare. We should have 1 energy floating. All right.
I see. Turn the die sideways. Can we get something under the die, sir? I can't tell when a symmetrical shape turns sideways.
What sort of energy tokens do we have?
Could it be the energy token?
We have not done the NRG energy.
We need
yet,
it.
right?
That has to be the next emote. I think. We've got some fun emotes now, folks. If you win the points predictions over on the series channel, you can get a free sub even.
Oh. I was just thinking if you win a series event, England Custom, who does the wonderful tokens for the energy series, already has one that is a can of an energy drink with the energy symbol on it.
Yeah.
I would love to get one of the person on the can of just like the entire token like is the can.
That would be much more usable on stream. I don't think we could use the monster one on stream.
You can because the M's not there. It's the energy reserve symbol.
Oh, for sure.
As this munitions expert is going to shoot down one of these pieces of cardboard.
It's going to be the... Oh, goodness. John, we need some tokens for this man.
They're all being eaten up.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, not relevant anymore.
We have a white die and a green die. We're good.
Oh, boy.
And now Fiend Artisan.
Oh,
what to do?
Man. Oh, it's from Ikoria.
Sure is.
It's a green-black hybrid.
Yes, it is.
It
+1/+1
had a
creature card
really
in your
ugly
graveyard.
secret layer recently.
Okay, that's subjective. +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Pay hybrid X. Sack a creature. Search for the creature for X.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's on screen now.
Okay.
Fiend Artisan.
I'm trying to keep up with Jack. Oh my god, he's got mismatching vials. Oh, the horror.
And a Mog Mob. Getting the mob.
Mogmob, another MH3 card there. 3.
Eating the Fiend Artisan and the token, leaving just the Bowmaster behind. Smartly not killing the Bowmaster because we know about the Nightmare and we don't need to put more fuel in the yard to bring back.
What's the one that Mogmob is 3 of?
Mog Fanatic.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. That's a good question. And now John's sitting on, I would say, I see a Cursed Marauder, maybe another Squirrel, Golgari guys.
Golgari little guys,
Golgari little guys. Golgari guys, you know. And now this attack for 1.
With Mama Guy and Grist.
Yeah, Grist is a good mama.
Yeah.
And my question is will John cast an impactful spell? Because I see we have a flare.
I think
we
they've
have
been
the
impactful.
Marauder.
I think Jack has had answers to them.
Yes. The mob was a good cleanup. The executioner was a good, or the munitions expert was a good clean. The Bogart Trawler to take the graveyard away was good clean.
Yeah.
And now a Squirrel.
These Aether Vials supplementing his lack in land drops. There's a Kiki Jiki sitting in his hand.
There sure is. And that's the last place you want it.
Yeah.
And now a Nightmare sacrifice, bring back the Fiend Artisan, puts a counter on the Ravenous Squirrel.
A little preview of what you'll see in stores this Friday.
Yeah.
Lots of squirrels coming out from Bloomborough. Get your pre-orders in on the website now. Hashtag not sponsored, but I do work
hashtag
here.
the sponsor. Hashtag the NRG.
I guess we are the sponsor of this stream. That's fair.
Hashtag self-aware, right?
Self-promotion.
Hashtag plug the business, keep the stream alive.
Please support the stream. So I can
Hashtag
get
Vile on
paid.
4.
Hashtag, oh, dude, this Kiki.
Yep.
Go a hit.
I've only seen Vile go to 5 for
Timeless
Kiki,
Dragon. Then Legacy.
Yorion. I've seen D&T will use it to
Yeah.
ratchet all the way up, use their
Timeless
Yargon,
Dragon.
reset it. I love a Timeless Dragon. I'm on board.
It's
now.
usually Solitude. You're
That's-
right.
Yeah, the Solitude's the other 5. That's a good
Mhm.
call.
Mhm.
And here's the Sling Gang Lieutenant.
What's it gonna do?
Sling. Is here Sling.
What's it slinging?
The other goblins, unfortunately.
What's the lowest rank? A private?
Oh,
It's
I
not.
don't know.
That's a funky sentence.
wanna-
I'm not gonna
yeah,
put together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone put the sentence together at home. Don't say it out loud. Here's a Flare of Malice, perfectly timed in response to the ETB, so that Jack has to sacrifice the Sling Gang before he can sacrifice the little guys to it.
What did they activate a vial on 6 for, though, Brennan? Muxus. Oh my god.
Sire of Insanity. It's the Goblanos. 2 of them are here, and Expert. Expert shoots for 3,
Mhm.
and there's 4 creatures in the yard, so it doesn't quite kill the Fiend Artisan.
Mhm. Yeah, I gotta keep checking that.
Oh, this Grist was at 7. Holy cow! All right, yeah, check that. Good move, Jack. Holy cow!
Yeah, but he's got nothing in the grave, right? That's all exiled stuff there.
No, that's the graveyard. We've already started.
Oh, the exile
refueling.
zone's way off camera then.
Yep.
Might be.
John's one of those that remove it from the playmat
Ooh,
sort of exile.
there he is.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the stream. Oh,
Oh,
wow, that is that.
John
was
looked good though. Did you see his haircut? Looking nice out there. Plus the
clean.
grist. Oh, hey, John heard
that's
it.
a fun technical difficulty. Thank you, Bryce, for dealing with those.
We gotta name this deck still.
We do.
Golgari guy.
I think Golgari Guys is the winning one, unless chat's got something better to suggest.
It's definitely fully fueled off the Chthonian Nightmare. I think that's kind of the backbone of this deck.
Golgari Nightmare.
Yeah, as we're continuing to use this Nightmare, going up to 5 energy, spending a couple here to sack a
Spin.
token, bring a back. Squirrel? Bowmaster.
Yeah, gonna ticket up another to grab a 2-drop. We'll be able to shoot the munitions expert and get an Orc Army token.
Yep.
He will amass. This one he does have a token for.
Which means
And swing.
Oh man. Using dice as a token really takes me back to playing when you first start Magic. Like, I don't know. It's at a 45-degree angle. That means it's sideways.
I harped on it earlier, but I definitely did that in college.
I
like
remember
a ton.
the day. And Jack, John Carpenter, more experts. I mean, it's good to just keep killing this stuff because John's slowly kind of is running out. I was going to say that before cards in hand. What am I saying? The Fiend Artisan's in
grows
play.
the board as well. This Grist being unable to
Good.
get taken out by Jack is a real issue.
NRG mainstay of yesteryear, Jesse Robkin, when you play against Yawgmoth, there are 2 types of camp: the people who do and don't respect Grist, and the ones who do are the ones who win. You can tell even here in Grist outside of Yawgmoth, a card kind of slowly dominating this game, just getting a little bit of mill, getting a couple of creatures. Jack had to send so much of their damage this game at that Grist, and all that for it to be able to come right back to this Chthonian Nightmare.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, that graveyard was looking very scary. Can you send the minus at face? I assume so.
Oh yeah, that's where it goes.
I would think, yeah. There's definitely Jeskai controlled decks tonight. I think it's one of the more popular decks in our current meta at the store.
And it might be on our backup.
Oh, it is. You're right. I forgot.
We put the control players in the backup seat. I don't know if that part's become clear to the audience out there.
Yeah, if you want to get 2 matches in, you got to put something fast on main and slow on backup.
Oh, no, we're being commanded to the backup.
No, chat, we got to finish this one first. We're still on game 1. I thought this would go quicker.
Yeah, these decks are grinding, and Jack has not assembled even anywhere close to...
No combo.
Yeah, even with the Kiki riding in hand.
It's not anti-control. It's just the state of control.
George, you've played on the backup enough to know that's where the control player goes.
We should just write your name on the seat at this point. It's either you or someone playing your deck.
That's still true today. The Chthonian Nightmare just continuing to churn through John's deck like bada, bringing back the Grist. And sacrificing the white die, obviously. Everyone knew what that was.
It is
The dice are the bugs from Grist.
for sure.
All right, everybody in chat, how dare you say I'm slandering Jabber? Do you not understand my love? Who you're talking to? Get out of here. Sacrifice this orc army, does John. Just kidding, it's growing. We're
Ooh.
sacrificing the Bowmaster.
Okay. In response, Jack will sacrifice it.
Board
The
getting
Signaling Lieutenant.
it's getting a little small. The board's a little less for John. Vial to 5, vial to 5.
Oh my god, oh my god.
It's time. And we drew the Trash Master?
Yeah, we'll show deck lists during sideboarding, Z. We'll show one of
We'll
them.
show Jack.
John put this together, I don't know when, and didn't get it in a digital form to us.
Now, Jack drew the Goblin Trash Master.
Ooh, I like that card.
I love this card. John has 0 targets for it.
The Trash Master.
I take trash and I throw it all around the ring. But
There's a new card coming out called Take Out the Trash.
take out the trash.
Yeah.
There's
It's got little raccoons on it, little trash.
every set's an unset, and I'm okay with it.
There's always fun cards.
Yes, I'm all for it.
It's
It also
great.
helps because they're hiring comedians to work on flavor text. Surprise, the sets get funnier.
No kidding, I didn't know that.
Who would have guessed? As Gris dies for the umpteenth time this game,
Mm-hmm. Do you
I'm
think we'll see her again?
she's coming right back.
Here we go.
This young wolf is probably going into the graveyard, and the Gris is coming back. We even have this Accursed Marauder, which I think we should play because I believe each player sacrifices a non-token creature is how that works. So we get to eat one of the real cards from Jack's board state.
Mm-hmm.
But Nightmare first.
Yep.
There goes
John
the young
kind of
wolf.
shrugging, saying, "Yep, this is."
Well, because he can pick up the Nightmare and then replay the Nightmare and get the wolf back. Like, this can kind of be the play pattern turn after turn after turn
Yeah.
if we want it. Bowmaster first. Because now we can sack the Orc Army if we want.
He's definitely favoring the Bowmaster over anything else in the grave.
Yep.
I guess the Grist was the play last time, but the Bowmaster I feel like we've seen one time more.
And here's the
There's
Marauder.
the Accursed Marauder.
Because we shot the Expert, we're going to have to sacrifice the Kiki Jiki. Beautiful timing on that from John.
John
and
on
then
his
John-
side will sacrifice the Bowmaster.
So that we can Nightmare it back. We can see the
Whoa,
grind.
I see the pattern. It
I
takes me a little
see-
bit longer to pick up than
yeah.
you, but
The
I
thing is
get there.
The pattern is here. The pattern's not fast, though. The pattern is going to take some time. What John is playing right now are the decks I really enjoy playing in Limited.
Mm-hmm.
I love putting a deck together like this where it's just like you just keep like churning and churning, but nothing really happens, but you're slowly winning the game. When I'm playing Constructed, I'm like, oh no. But Jack's giving him all the time in the world, and he gets to just do this. He gets to just
Yeah.
play and churn.
Jack's interaction is with the creatures themselves. He can't really do anything with the Nightmare.
Yes, that is correct.
He did have the Trawler earlier, which was I think still pretty good.
Yeah.
I think John, was able obviously to do a lot of stuff after that resolved.
Jack drew another Expert.
Hasn't drawn a land in so many
Ever.
turns.
Yes. And we'll have to look when we look at his deck list how many of the Bogart Trawlers Jack is playing. If we've kind of slowly cut back on some to turn them into the Bogarts.
We can definitely check. He did submit his deck list, thankfully, so we'll see exact numbers on all those.
Jack here playing this anti-howl was untapped and revealing his 4-drop. I would not have revealed. I would have just played that as a tap land, but it is a little bit of that F&M flair. So I'm
Mm.
on board for the reveal.
Activation of the vial will bring out the Trash Master.
Yeah, the thing is these Fiend Artisans are massive.
Yeah.
And one of them is going to hit in for 6. A 7 alongside the Bowmaster, bring Jack down to 11. And now it's going to be like nightmare looping while these artisans get bigger and bigger and bigger. And look, John's little corner down there, 8 energy just floating around. All right?
Mhm.
A lot to work with this nightmare.
Jack down to 10 now. John's 15.
Grist hit grist. A double loop. A double loop.
Oh,
2 bugs.
2 bugs.
Can we get John some Kyles? Do we have Kyles sitting around?
I not in any
Sad.
expedient way. No.
Sag. Oh, well, we'll figure something out. That's the game going to John.
Mhm.
Remember, we have a deck list to be able to show you, and that is, in fact, the Goblanos out of Jack.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this deck list here. Running a 61 card main board. Trawlers is a full 4 of.
Let's talk about influence around here, everybody. And you are right, a full 4 of Trawler.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this sideboard as well. 3 Rakdos Charm, 3 Chalice, 3 Damping Sphere, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, and 3 Leyline of the Void.
Sorry, everyone, this is Jack. Jack loves to play only giant, massive hammers in the sideboard. You might be looking at this Rakdos Charm and saying, what's the point? You ever killed a Nadu opponent with each creature deals 1 damage to its owner?
Oh, that's crazy.
While having a second mode of Exile Graveyard, so it'd beat up on the Goryo's decks. While also having a third mode of Shatter.
Okay.
Alongside.
Can be very powerful for the hammer matchup.
Right. So alongside the 3 Chalice, the 3 Spheres, the ley lines, and the other ley lines. So the question is, you're looking at this deck that looped skadooped in and out of the graveyard all day, every day.
Seems like a Leyline of the Void.
The Leyline is absolutely 1000% coming in, and if Jack rereads the Rakdos Charm and sees the Exile Graveyard mode, a couple of those might be coming in as well. Leyline is if you're super scared of these Bowmaster triggers going upstairs, but we saw them all targeted at Goblins, so I wouldn't bring those in. I wouldn't be worried.
All right, and then we'll take a peek at the main board and see what are we siding out?
Trashmaster.
Trashmaster?
Because we know there aren't targets. We drew it in that game and saw there is not a lot that we can shoot it at.
What does the text of Trashmaster say?
Sacrifice a goblin, destroy an artifact.
Oh, for sure.
None of those here.
No artifacts, yeah.
You may be able to look at the Squee. Squee is kind of like an aggro, grindy card.
I was going to say, I've seen that in Standard. See some play, not even anymore.
Yeah, and I want to bring in these 3 ley lines. So I kind of always look at trimming Vial as an option to you.
Vial seems like so core to a deck like this.
Yeah. All right, I trim a Den of the Bugbear.
Yes, cut a land. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing these 4 Bogart Trawlers. We're technically playing 25-ish with our 21 actual lands and the 4 Bogarts.
You want to trim on a land after he couldn't hit a 3rd land in that long game?
Yes. I'm going to cut the tap land that's not going to come up in order to try to not recency bias myself out of hitting my land
I
drops.
love recency bias.
Oh, yeah. I know. We've talked about it twice
I
now.
do it a lot.
I'm
a very present person.
Being present is good. Sideboard based on vibes.
Yeah.
Or flexslot.gg, whichever hits you the best. As our Golgari Nightmare versus our Rakdos Goblins is drawing it up.
Jack will be on the play for game 2 as John took down the first.
Yeah, those Phenarzins were huge.
They were big and beefy. Jack will start off with no Aether Vial on turn 1 this time, just a fetch land.
And a fun game we get to play with John this game is that a sideboard card? Because who knows, right? We don't know the registered main deck, let alone the registered sideboard. But I'm seeing an Assassin's Trophy, and that's a sideboard card if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely used to be played a lot more often.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If Path to Exile was playable, Assassin's Trophy was playable.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there was that time. And we see Jack did bring in some number of these Rakdos Charms as well. Yeah. So ready to fire back with, possibly a surprise kill, but more likely an Exile the Graveyard.
I think so as well. Just going to play a Mountain and pass it back to John.
Oh, yeah, Young Wolf.
Swinging in. A little bit of combat damage there. Not an undead Dying Wolf, just 1 damage. Second main phase will be the Fiend Artisan very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Munitions experted.
That's more, I said it before earlier, that's more that F&M flair. I'm all about that. Like, don't worry about resolving that. You can put it in the other spot as the Mog Mob making its way into the battlefield.
Don't let it leave the hand.
Oh,
Munitions expert swings in, brings John to 17.
It's kind of like if somebody lets you resolve your Urza Saga, make your token, and then they tap their mana and kill the token. I'm like, man, I just took the 30 seconds to find this token.
Yeah, you dig around in your deck box. I'll be here when you're done.
John showing this beautiful grist, beginning the same play patterning, begin anew. Hit a grist.
Plus, hit a grist. Oh my gosh.
No,
it's the wrong grist.
But they're both still insects, though, so we still get to repeat and then hit this Warren Soul Trader, which means John is also looking to get maybe a little combo-tastic. Where'd this squirrel come from? Yes, coverage team.
Let's go.
Yes, just a green 1/1. That's all we needed. Shout out to Star City Games of Yester Magic Year.
That's an old token at this
It's
point.
so old. That token's like probably 10 years old.
Mm.
And here comes the Bogart. Say goodbye to the yard. Off screen. Get it out of here.
Jack's board a little bit wider now that he's been able to hit that third land. Is going to start turning things sideways. Mog Mob at you.
Yeah, it's a big 3/3. Big, thick goblin just getting in there.
No graveyard. We're not going to respect the grist yet.
Oh,
Double, triple block. Triple block.
interesting. So, if I'm Jack, I kind of want to sacrifice this mob, kill both the squirrels and shoot John, and leave the wolf undied.
Okay.
But nope, we just let it happen.
Just go to damage. Wolf will come back. Second main will play land and pass.
And here's a mountain and a pass of the turn.
Sitting with another trawler in hand. It's on the back side, but he can bring it back to the front if he wants. Now that he's able to hit some lands. John's turn will tick up the grist. Mill over a Fiend Artisan.
And remember, we double dunked on this grist earlier. It's already in ultimate range now.
Another young wolf.
Yeah. Oh, we got an Eldamri in hand too for John out of MH3. The Corvec doll. I lost to that card at NRG Chicago pretty recently. Played against the Elves player in the room.
The singular
Oh
Elves
my
player.
goodness, did it go pretty bad.
Dang.
As the Chthonian Nightmare sacrifices a bug, brings back a Fiend Artisan.
Seems strong.
Yeah, I had this experience in Chicago of people would be like talking about decks in the room and be like, they're like, yeah, I played against elves. I'm like, weird, who plays against elves in this day? Then I played against them. And then somebody was like, there's a zoo player. They're like, there's a zoo player here? Then I played against the zoo player. I was like, what's going on?
I think this is a little more popular than elves these days.
It was no new cards. Zippo.
It was
Zero.
what?
No new cards zoo.
Oh, no new cards.
Empty. None. Not a
Interesting.
one. And I was like, love it.
Is that trawler.
Oh,
He's showing that he's flipping
for
it
the
back
hop.
to the front.
Yep, to reveal it to the hovel
Mm-hmm.
for Auntie.
I
Auntie's
see.
hovel.
Jack, I think, having the opposite problem now. He's been hitting all his land drops and is
Right.
flooding out a bit now. So turned that trawler over.
Yeah, and if you count these trawlers, we drew even more, but thankfully
Yeah.
the front of these have full text in this match.
Power and toughness, most notably.
And exile the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a 3/1, right? Like, it attacks.
Yeah, stats on 2-drops are always higher than I think nowadays.
Yeah. It's a 3-drop.
Oh, it is a 3-drop?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
And
Then its stats are just fine.
totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what this die on the Fiend Artisan is. I think it was representing the one creature in the yard from earlier, but now there's none creature in the yard.
The record should be 1-0. Thank you, Jared. Yeah, we'll get that fixed.
Really appreciate the homies at home. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, so we appreciate all the aid.
Oh, yeah, we'll get the round counter updated, too. Into combat, John will turn everything sideways, leave back a Fiend Artisan.
John is having such an attack with little guys kind of day that I'm all about.
It's a great matchup.
Yeah.
Jack's got little guys, too. The Mogma was the biggest guy.
The Mogwai was huge on this board. And the Fiend Artisan, for whatever reason, just starts as a static 2/2, I believe. Like, they were not messing around with that card.
No, it's a mythic. It's beefy.
Yeah,
Grist ticked down from 10 to 8.
What?
Crazy.
Dang.
Excuse me. No, he just had the die. I think I misread. Oh, goodness. What happened to the record? What is that?
It looks like it says bed.
It does.
which is I'm thinking about it as
We'll get there.
we sacrifice another bug removed from this view to sacrifice to the Fiend Artisan, and we played 3, which I believe now means we get to go a 2-drop, a 3-drop. Oh my gosh, it's Liliana Heretical Healer. Oh my gosh, it's Liliana Heretical Healer.
That's the flip one, right?
That's the flip Liliana.
What'd she do?
She makes her dead brother, aka a 2/2 zombie. You know Liliana's lore?
I know she made a contract with demons.
Yep, after becoming a necromancer to save her sick brother.
Oh.
So Liliana enters and makes a 2/2 zombie, her brother.
That's
And I believe her text says, if a non-token creature would die, create the zombie and flip her. So right now she's a healer. She's a human cleric with lifelink.
Oh, that's why I don't recognize it. It's the Commander
Yeah,
Collection Black
it is
version.
the Commander Collection
Wow.
Black version. Yeah, so what happens is she's this cute little healer, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the creature dies, her brother.
Mm.
She brings it back as a zombie, her brother. And she flips into the Dark Necromancer.
Oh. Look at that little lore
Liliana's
lesson.
my favorite. I got
I can tell. I
got
like
a poster
it.
of Liliana in my house. I explained her demon lore to people, I think twice over the course of NRG Chicago. I was like, I don't know, y'all ready?
She's pretty great. There's the back side of her when she flips. And we'll get going on with John's turn here. It continues. Jack's got a very open board for all these creatures. For John, life total still sitting at 14, though.
And John with his Phyrexian Tower in play can
Excuse
sacrifice
me, a little bit lower.
Can sacrifice at will this young wolf if we are interested in flipping this Liliana, who does have a plus to make each player discard, and Jack's run out of cards.
Mm. All right, pass back with this huge board. Big draws for Jack.
Oh, Jack is raring up to Rakdos Charm John.
He's counting.
Right now it deals 5 damage. Oh yeah. Do we have
Fetch
a
down
Surveillant?
to 8.
Jack, do we have a Surveillant? Or do we have a what's it?
No,
no.
just thinning.
It's the red black
thinning.
one. Oh my gosh. We were gonna get Raucous. Thank you, but it's just Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit of that deck thinning that nobody believes in.
There's some very cold draws and some very hot draws.
Yeah.
You could draw. What if you draw another Rakdos Charm?
Whoa.
What if you draw another Rakdos Charm?
I believe Jack wants to draw Conspicuous Snoop into Goblin. But we'll settle for the Lord.
The Runefelt?
The Runefelt Hordemaster. Ding!
There it is.
Fires are done. The Runefelt Hordemaster is here. The thing is John looking to overwhelm could even downtick
Indeed.
this Grist and kill the Hordemaster.
Ooh, draws a Grist for turn.
Oh, wait. If we downtick to kill the Hordemaster, our Athena Arzens could get bigger. Yeah. Oh, if we downtick sacrificing Young Wolf, these Athena Arzens both become lethal together. Jack's only at 8.
Gonna play out this Eladamri first.
Yeah, get your Corvette doll out there before you kill the #1 seed in the NRG Weekly Modern League.
Sheesh.
Follow him at Goblin Ringleader.
Gonna play out
John,
Chthonian Nightmare.
John, your food. Are you playing with it? John, your food.
He's just gonna kill the... And there's the hand. There it is. There it is.
And that's the game.
All right. Jack will fall to John in just 2 games there. While John is memeing at the end of our league here, we'll head into our backup match and see what they're doing. They're literally
you can watch them D-sideboard if you want.
pulling up their cards. All right. Wow, those games ended right at the same time there before we head into a quick break, though. Who was the winner in the backup match there? It was Alex. Alex over Marty in the backup match there. Sorry that we didn't get a chance to see the control matchup there. I'm so sorry, chatters. Before we go into a break, though, let's talk about the NRG series. If you like Standard, Modern, or Legacy, we'll have main events for all 3 of you in Madison. Modern is going to be our 10K on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have Team Trios, Standard, Modern, and Legacy. I'm going to be there gaming it up. Dom's going to be there gaming it up. We're going to be 2 out of the 8 in the top 8 there. We have room for some more teams. Could be you. You should sign up now. It's very close by if you're in the area. We'd love to have you there. We have lots of side events for you as well. We're bringing Bandai games up there, so if you like more than one game, we'll have lots to do there. You can win oversized cards, uncut sheets, Ultimate Guard product, all sorts of goodies, and of course we have the coverage being streamed at twitch.tv/NRG series.
Good place to watch it.
All right, folks, stay tuned for round 3. We'll be up in just a moment.
See y'all soon. Bye.
Welcome back, gamers, to our 4th and final round of the night. We got Sam, that #1 seed, still undefeated on the night versus Daniel, 3-0 on the night. That infamous zoo player that Dom encountered at the NRG
It
is
was
3-0 tonight.
It was in fact our own local Slayer Daniel.
Rolls an 11
Yep.
to win the die roll, reveals Gigantha as his companion, and we'll find starting sevens in just a moment.
Yeah, you folks don't often get to see the die roll.
Yeah.
But here we are.
What's your favorite kind of die roll? Have
Single
you?
die, odd, even one time.
Oh, dang. Oh, Dom's got
Please.
very strong opinions. You do not want to waste time rolling two.
If you want to chime in, you can go to flexslot.gg, go to the merch, and you can buy the odd even shirt, you can buy the high roll shirt, and you can buy the I don't care shirt.
Vote with your most powerful card, your
Your
credit
no-
card.
It's the most powerful card in Magic.
The joke never
unfortunately.
gets old.
No, not when it gets more true every day. Did you guys know, a brand new set releasing this Friday?
Woo, dude! I got all my cards already lined up to purchase. We got 4 cards from Bloomburrow. We're adding to my standard deck. No more, no less. It's just the amounts that I'm figuring out.
I'm debating, no joke, registering 4X Evolving Wild in my standard deck. Because in standard we have
And Fabled Passage, I hope.
and Fabled Passage
Okay,
and Escape Tunnel and Terramorphic Tunnel.
Demolition
Terramorphic
Field?
Expanse. No, because I'm putting
No.
those to recoup my Nuka Penna fetch lands so I can keep playing after
You're
at the
still
Analyst.
gonna play Analyst? No, I was literally talking with one of our FNM players about this because he plays
I
Analyst.
love Analyst so much.
And I was like, there's no way this deck is playable after.
Untrue.
All right.
You can play Fable, Escape Tunnel, Terramorphic, and
I'll believe you if you come play FNM next week.
no,
You play FNM every week, Dom.
that's true.
You just play Legacy.
I just play Legacy.
You just play Legacy. All you gotta do is come over to the Cool Kids table.
If someone builds it, I'll play it, but they're all in my Pioneer deck.
Oh my goodness. Which is over. Pioneer season's over, sir. So you're free to
You're
come win
You're free.
some Cowboy Bebop ossifications.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hey, Leyline the Guild Pact, remember when everyone hated this card?
Remember when that was the villain of the week?
And now we're like, wow, Zoo, my hero.
Little Ragavan for turn 1 play.
So
Cast with a fetch land.
Sam in this matchup needs to be scared of Leyline Binding, Bolts, and Tribal Flames.
Mm.
But if Daniel tries to apply too much pressure, Sam might be able to just sneak in all this as we have
Ooh.
the start of Sigarda's 8 and Ornithopter on turn 1.
Indeed, indeed. Only thing better would have to be a Springleaf Drum first with the Thopter.
Yeah, you're right. The drum is good. I love it, a drum.
Drum.
And those beautiful, beautiful new Springleaf drums from the RCQ season. Who's got too many of them?
Interesting. I haven't heard anyone call them beautiful before.
Oh, they're the RCQ promo I've been the most excited for in a while.
Really?
But
All
if,
right.
if the card ain't got borders, it's for me, you know.
For sure. Just how. Never mind. Anyway, go into Daniel's
That's how I
turn
like my
here.
doctors. without borders.
Oh, that's a much better. Yeah.
Cyanide
that's good.
Draco is here. 4/4 with 6 keywords.
I was about to say, could we get them all?
Yeah.
Hexproof.
Lifelink.
First strike.
Flying.
Oh, why did I go first? Death touch.
Trample.
Sick. We did it. Let's go
Also,
chat.
it does not have Death Touch. It has Lifelink and Vigilance. The black ability.
Why'd you? Okay.
The black ability is the Lifelink, I believe. So they can give it Vigilance as the white ability.
MH3? No. MH2.
Yeah, sorry. What are you talking about?
MH3?
Which,
I'd love some more context
which
for your
of
question,
Which of
Chatter.
these cards are you looking at that makes you think that there's MH3 cards?
Yeah. No, we're actually we have a ban list right now
Just
in
MH3.
effect just for this week, just for this game. No MH3 cards. Sam will definitely not
play
play-
a Nadu.
not play an MH3 card this game.
Definitely not a Nadu. Definitely not.
Don't say it. It's good. You're gonna manifest it, man.
Definitely won't play Battlefield Improvisations.
Battlefield. Oh right. Oh gosh. Remember when they released the biggest modern set, and then like 2 weeks later released another modern set.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
then 2 weeks later, a standard set
And then another
with a
set.
full rotation attached. No
Ooh.
problemo.
Listen, it's only an issue if you play more than one format, which I don't.
Yeah, this is a lovely move here by Daniel. So I think we saw the Ragavan reveal the Esper Sentinel. Then he thought about using his treasure. Remember the Leyline makes them all 5 colors and used that to cast the Sentinel.
Easy peasy.
Slamming down a Wild Nicottle, a Xander's Lounge.
Ooh,
This
one
is
drop
the domain.
3/3. Love to see it.
Used to be banned, now is basically unplayable.
Nactyl was banned?
Yeah. This Wild Nacatl is a recent unban alongside Jace the Mind Sculptor and Bloodbraid Elf.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Recent.
we got. I love the mirroring signed Esper Sentinels.
Yeah, they're both Sams.
I know. I know why we have
Oh,
the
okay.
situation we have.
But it looks like a beautiful like yin yang of their arts
Yeah.
mirroring and everything. I'm
I
with
dig
you.
it. I dig it with that Eric Deschamps signature.
Yeah, you hit me and Bryce immediately like, yeah, because they're both Sams. Oh yeah.
Bit of a bigger board state for Daniel here. Sam, Hammer's got that bit of an issue, like we've said with Yawgmoth, got the little guy problem. Fortunately, little guys can carry a big hammer. And Sigarda Zade is in play, which means that hammer can be cast at instant speed, which could be very relevant here. Crashing in with everything except the Sam-owned Esper Sentinel.
Smart.
No, it's not even owned by him. It is still owned if
It
it's
is
in
owned. It is owned by him.
It is owned. It's controlled by Daniel. Blocks will be Mystic to the Nactyl, Esper Sentinel to the Ragavan.
Could
For
I
damage, a fetch.
Could I interest you in calling it a Nacatl? Just maybe.
I can try. I know. I'm sorry.
Appreciate it. No big deal.
Nacatl.
It sounds like your friend down the road. Like, it's Nacatl.
What?
It's Nick Oddle.
Nick Oddle.
Stubborn Denial hitting what? Hitting
What?
hitting the card Sam has announced but still has
Oh.
in hand. Esper Sentinel triggers.
Shortcutting. Let's get that spell on the stack, please, sir. There
It's
we
the
go.
hammer.
It's the hammer.
It is being stubbornly denied.
Which is a hard counter if you have a
Mhm.
4/4, which he does.
Daniel paying for Sam's Sentinel, but Sam not paying for Daniel's Sentinel.
Sentinel triggers.
Plural.
Sentinels, triggers. Surge
Surge
of
of
Salvation.
Salvation.
Another stack battle here.
Prevent the damage dealt by red sources,
Mhm.
aka
Ragavan.
the Ragavan, allowing
And
the
everything
yes.
because of the ley line.
Yes, but it
So it's
prevents
a fog.
it prevents the damage dealt to your creatures. My apologies, I stopped the sentence there.
Oh, so it doesn't prevent the face damage?
Not the face damage, but the Stoneforge and the Sentinel will be able to survive this combat.
Which I think will keep Sam alive.
Oh yeah.
Because he needs some blockers desperately. We'll go down to 4 after the full damage is resolved. Ragavan trigger? Is that what's just happened?
Yeah,
What is that?
because they all have trample from the
Oh, right. Oh my goodness. There is so much
Daniel, take that coat. That
stuff
coat
to remember.
that code is a card that allows Sam to at least like try to get into this game.
Mm-hmm.
It is worth your treasures. It's exiled forever, so
Oh, that card's bonkers on Daniel's side of the field.
it is.
With 4 life for Sam. An
This is
unblockable
true.
2/2, 3/2 with the coat.
Yeah. Importantly, that's exiled. So I think Sam explained the interactions of the card, but I promise it won't come up this game.
What's that?
He was talking about using Sigarda Zade alongside the coat, but the coat is exiled to Ragavan, so
Mm-hmm.
it won't come up because it's exiled to the Ragavan.
Got it.
But it's good to get your information so that you're ready for
Game
future
2.
games before you beat the snot out of your opponent and get things set up for game number 2.
All right, quick game there. Usually that means the hammer player won, but it's not the case now. Zoo will take the first game, and we'll go to sideboards here. We'll check out deck lists as well. We have Sam's deck up on the screen once more. Of course, that 61 card main board and 15 card sideboard. We'll take a look at that sideboard more closely than we did last time. Haywire Might, Draenith Magistrate, Sanctifier on Vec, Blacksmith Skill, Consigned to Memory, Prismatic Ending, Spell Pierce, Pithy Needle, and Relic of Progenitus. Couple of saga targets there, couple counter spells, protection spells. What you liking?
These are kind of bad.
All of them? All of them?
No, okay. So Haywire Might allows us an answer to the ley line if we're really getting beat up. But remember, Might cannot exile a creature, so it is not an answer to Scion.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
I
an
was about
answer-
to say that. Thank you.
It is an answer to Leyline and Leyline Binding. Cards that you would expect out of this deck, and you saw the Leyline. So if you want to answer those, that's available to you.
I like Sanctifier and Vec.
It gets even better when the Leyline is in play, giving it the pro red, pro black. But the issue is your opponent does have cards like Leyline Binding that can get through Sanctifier's pro black, pro red.
Sure.
So it doesn't make it the safest target like you would really want. Blacksmith Skill, we talked about this before. Sam trying these out, wanting to get access to Indestructible. This might be one of those matchups where you're looking to maybe block and give something indestructible, just making sure that you can survive these intense combats. And Prismatic Ending, while it doesn't hit Scion, can hit just about everything
I was
else.
gonna say Ragavan, Nakatl.
Nikado, my old friend Nikado.
Maybe a ley line if you get really deep into the game.
Yeah. And the prismatic ending I know is usually for helping you fight back against hate pieces. So we'll be able to learn a little bit more of that by looking at Daniels.
All right, we'll look at his deck list here. We're just getting it up for y'all. I don't think
It's Zoo. Y'all remember
he
Zoo?
didn't submit one, so we grabbed one off of MTG Goldfish here. It has some new MH3 cards in it, even though Daniel's list does not. Got those flages in there, which are very strong.
Pretty good card, I've heard.
Take a look at this example sideboard. We've got Harsh Mentor, Sun Cleanser, Gigantha in the companion spot, which Daniel does have. Consigned to Memory, Celestial Purge, Wear Tear, Damping Sphere, and Rest in Peace.
So this is regular Domain Zoo. We're not sure if this is the ones that we have access to. Wear Tear has been pretty stock. An incredible card against Hammer. Just Wear Tear being able to hit Saga plus Artifact or Aid plus Artifact all in one card. Just an incredibly powerful 2-for-1 available to you there. And additionally, these consigned to memories, we saw in the matchup against Jeskai Wizards that there weren't enough targets and they didn't just quite come up. But sometimes it's just worth it to counter a hammer. So depending on how you feel about the rest of the pieces you got floating around in here, you may want access to that.
All right, as we head into game 2 here, I'd like to remind y'all at home, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that follow button. We go live every Wednesday at 6:30 with great modern coverage, and live every Thursday with Pokemon coverage. We have our first challenge of the new season tomorrow, and we have fantastic casters, some of which are heading to Hawaii for Worlds, so you know they know what they're talking about. Tune in for that tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time.
Speaking of knowing what you're talking about, 2 of the cards in Sam's opening hands are both sideboard cards in Haywire Might and Prismatic Ending. So confirm that those have at least been brought in.
Seems like a pretty good starting 7. Daniel taking a quick mulligan here.
But I will say is, I don't know if this is the hand with a plan for Sam.
Do you think he saw sideboard cards and kept?
So it's Fetch Plains Saga, Haywire Might Prismatic Ending, Hammer, one other card is what I believe we're working with here.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
It's one of those.
Saga.
The hand
great.
doesn't have route to bonk, and your 7s typically want to have that.
It's got route to bonk if you draw an aid.
Yep, correct.
Or if you draw a Pure Steel because you got Saga plus Haywire and Hammer.
Yep. If you ever play against me, you will sometimes hear me when debating on a hand. I'll typically just do the math out loud. I'll go, okay, so I have 4 of this, 2 of these, 3 of these. So that means my out of these 11, 12, 13 cards out of my 52, I'm looking like out of 1 out of 4 shot. Will I draw in my next 4 turns? Like, maybe, let's find out. And then you'll hear me keep on a mulligan. That could be what Sam's doing here, right? Of understanding just how many pieces you do have as out.
Ooh, Stoneforge is a great draw.
Is good.
On turn 2 as well. And he will play it out. Holding on to that Haywire Might, not playing it out immediately in case Daniel's got an answer of his own for it.
Yeah, and
if he plays a ley line in response,
right, it's kind of our best answer to Binding, which is Daniel's best answer to just problem cards such as our Cryptic Code.
Excuse me, he's got 2 ley lines. I meant ley line binding, not Guild Pact.
Yeah. Leyline of the Guild Pack is much worse to cast. I remember when I played against Daniel at the NRG Chicago, it's like turn 4, and he fetched shocks or something, and I'm like, oh no. Then hard cast Leyline, I'm like, oh yes. It's definitely a polarizing card between being able to cheat it into play and having to cast it for 4 mana.
For sure. Taking a look at that Cryptic Coat once more, which was the fetch from the Stoneforge. Daniel's first fetch will be a Triome.
Xander's Lounge.
I don't have to know what any of them are anymore because they're rotating.
Rotating on standard?
Yeah.
This
just when I was kind of maybe learning them.
This is the typical zoo setup of Xander's Lounge Temple Garden, allowing you to be able to cast your territorial Kavus on curve while also having access to full domain in an untapped second land.
Indeed. We'll see what the turn 2 play is for Daniel. He does have a Scion in hand, which was his turn 2 play last time, but with no ley line, that won't be coming quite as soon.
This will be the hard mode of fetch for Temple Garden.
Oh, you
cast it
could
as a-
still do it.
Yep.
You're just fine anyway. Sorry.
Yep. So we're going to complete domain, but it's going to be normal mode, so it's going to have 0 of its added abilities. Just a 4/4 flyer.
Oh man.
Just a 4/4 flyer.
Oh dang.
In,
2 mana 4/4 flyer. Turns
Yeah.
out not good.
Nah, I prefer 3 mana 3/4 flyers.
3 mana 3/4. Oh yeah. Mhm. It took me a second. I was like, Murktide? No, wait.
No way.
No.
That's a fun card to cast in Legacy, though.
Murktide?
Yeah.
Haven't tried it.
That's okay. Probably. As Dana, in fact, does fetch this Temple Garden, does in fact play that Scion, but it's just, as we said, just a 2 mana 4/4 flyer.
Just a big guy.
Yeah. Against these little guys. And the Sanctifier also brought it
this
onto the
battle
board.
babe. She grabbed just a little coat. It's chilly. It's summer, but the air conditioning's on.
Oh, yeah. Classic Battle Babe behavior.
Man. It's woman's winter right now, folks. If you haven't heard of this, it's when it's really hot outside and it's freezing cold inside, but you wore like cute shorts.
I've been there.
Gotta bring layers with you all year round.
Yeah. You do.
I definitely. Speaking of, I wore a crop top to work today, and I've been so cold. I've had my sweatshirt on all day.
Not inside, though. Not inside, though.
It's so cute. I wanted to show it off.
Not inside, though.
I am not active enough. I sit in a chair. I'm not keeping warm at all.
That's a very good point. Sam here looks to be saving up our mana, most likely to make a construct, but we can also cheat in and coat plus hold up 1 mana interaction. Daniel playing out what a gorgeous plains and debating on what to do with this 3 mana and a I'll say an inactive Scion. Yeah, you gotta tap this one. Don't have vigilance this time.
Swing in to bring life totals nearly even at 15 to 16 in Daniel's favor.
Yeah, Tribal Flames. Are we going after the Stoneforge or sending that upstairs?
I think you gotta send it at the creature, right? I would think. In response, we'll activate and bring out the coat. Cloak will reveal a non-creature blue card. Probably a consign. I don't think there's
What?
the card he cloaked.
Oh, I believe it was a Springleaf Drum.
Was it? It looked blue to me. My bad.
No, you're okay. Thankfully, I think either way, it won't be flipping.
Yeah. We can look at this very cute Lorcana card.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically a morph. And Morph's a lovely little guy. And construct time before we go searching off our Urza Saga. It'll be interesting to see what Sam is after here. This could be a situation where if we have a land in hand, we might grab Lava Spur Boots, so we can toss the boots on the construct and rumble with both of our creatures. We could be after Springleaf Drum if we're hungry for mana.
It will be the boots out of OTJ. This was an immediate include for, I would say,
good.
most Hammer players.
Oh, if you're playing Saga
Mm.
and you're not playing Shuko, this is probably a card that you're looking for.
For sure, for sure.
I had many times when I was playing Hammer of just make a big construct, untap, make a big construct, grab the boots, attack for 11.
Ooh, Inkmoth next will be the land for turn. Equip the booties, swing in with both.
So there are 1, 2, 3 artifacts in play. So this is an attack for 3 and attack for 4. This is 7 total.
Would bring Daniel down to 7. Excuse me, 9. The attack was for 7.
But now, like, a pressure being applied by Daniel having this aggressive creature like the Scion, but it's not nearly fast enough for how big of the onslaught Sam is suddenly presenting.
Turn 4 Leyline wouldn't be the worst thing now because you gain some lifelink and vigilance. So you could even up life totals a little bit and still have a blocker. If you wanted, the coat isn't blockable.
Yeah, the question might even be is if Daniel spends time and resources answering the board, does Sam have a sneaky Inkmoth kill?
First play will
Dash.
be a dashed Ragavan.
Get in there for 4, 5, 6 damage.
Life totals even now at 9 apiece.
Flip. It's just a plains. Gone forever.
Daniel has 3 mana available to him. Can't quite get a look at the cards in his hand. Oh,
Pick
pick
your
your poison.
I think the other card in hand is a Torpor Orb.
It looked like a big score torpor orb.
It did,
Yeah.
right? Which is like a good sideboard card out of this zoo deck. I don't think utilizing ETBs at all
It is
themselves.
torpor orb.
Dang, Daniel.
Sacrificed artifact was the boots. It is
Interesting.
Sam's choice.
Yeah. I guess it is the least impactful of these 3 impactful artifacts, right?
I would say so. It's done its
Yeah,
job. It gave the construct haste.
Yeah, it's its job of hitting for 4 damage. It was basically let your Urza Saga turn into a bolt, which we'll take those.
Is he tanking on using the treasure on the orb? Fetching with no blockers down to 8? I think that's scary.
Because in play is 5 damage. Animate Inkmoth is 6 damage in play.
7, because it increases the construct?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't counting itself's damage because it deals infect damage.
It replaces the damage.
Yeah, we'd hit for
right.
6 plus 1.
Sorry, I'm used. I know I keep bringing up
Toxic.
standard. Yeah, but toxic. Yeah.
They recently added that to Commander. Didn't you follow Bloomborough spoilers?
Oh God. Yes, but not that one.
Daniel is in fact fetching and shocking. That was the thing is that's a marsh flats, and I believe we played plains and forest, so we didn't have access to a basic, so we have to fetch shock to gain access to mana to play this orb. But then that does mean that there's exactly 6 damage in play. We're dead. Oh, is flames? We're flamesing.
Flamesing. You have to flame the construct. Because the other one's got ward. I think construct's the better target anyway.
And could not flame Sam or we would just lose. So had to take down that construct.
Flames him. What do you draw? What do you draw?
Sam drew Nadu.
Oh boy.
But no blue mana. Just kidding. There's a Hallowed Fountain in hand.
What's the Nadu do here?
Block. Because we can attack for 3 and then attack for 3 again.
All right, Nadu. And that's it for now.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. It's a bird, not a plane.
Not a plane. Sam's cards in hand are Sanctifier on Vec, Prismatic Ending, Haywire Might, cards that we saw from the very beginning. And here's that Might. Reminder, cannot eat the Scion.
No, and it can't block it either because Scion flies, but
Yeah.
Nadu flies.
Yeah, I think Nadu's job is to block here.
That's crazy. People said this card is good.
Yeah,
I don't see it doing
doesn't even
nearly
do
anything right now.
I mean, it is going to block and then allow Sam to attack and win the game. Which is not bad. Is not bad. Love the coat. Just love this coat. I just love it.
Unblockable is a very strong, not keyword, but line of text.
Right. Unblockable is the keyword that they unkeyworded to just the line of text cannot be blocked.
Yeah, why don't they just make it
Great
a
question.
keyword? Yeah.
It
That's
used to
so
be.
weird.
It got like unkeyworded. It
Huh.
got dethroned.
Yeah, enters the battlefield is too long but cannot be blocked.
I wonder how long until we go back to preserve text space.
Yeah.
Are we dashing this right? Oh, it's the show brawler. And
Blockers.
A dash
Lots of blockers.
Getcha.
We're going to rip something with this
4,
Ragavan. Here we
5,
go.
That's attack for 6.
Yeah, good call. Block the Ragavan so that you don't flip anything. Oh, wait. I think that was just a concession play because he played the brawler. I wonder if you just... Yeah, I mean, Sam blocked the Ragavan, so it's irrelevant there. But we will go to a game 3, folks.
And
let's go. You love to see it. Some good late night magic.
What's hard to also overstate there is Daniel, in a situation where it felt like you might be losing in the final turns of that game, did not cast the Torpor Orb. So Sam does not know about it. So now on the play, Daniel gets to work with the knowledge that having such a powerful sideboard hate piece that you did not have to reveal in game 2, that you might be able to play early here in game 3.
It's a strong point. Daniel will be on the play. It doesn't appear he is re-sideboarding.
Quick swap.
Sam will not. Keyword means they have to print a bunch of cards with said keyword.
It means they can do whatever they want. They're Wizards of the Coast. They have made it very clear to all of us that they can just do whatever they want. So it's okay.
Sometimes, never mind. Yeah, yep. That's what I was gonna talk about, Bryce.
But it like, and they've also like gone back on there. You can't put keywords in sets that doesn't appear frequently. They just like rebroke that to start just slapping like threshold and landfall on random cards in this set.
Bloomborough did have this cool offspring thing with landfall on it.
Yeah,
It's got landfall and offspring on it.
just put
Is
all.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but landfall is not an ability of the set. It just
No.
now there's like whatever. Everyone recognizes what this does. Unblockable feels like much the same camp of just like just put it on. Everyone knows what it means. It's such an explanatory one-word short statement, and they can do whatever they want.
Maybe they just haven't thought about changing it because they're so used to it. It's
But they
not like
unchanged it. Yeah, that's the part that's
Yeah.
really weird about
Well,
it.
I've never seen unblockable on a card. When was there unblockable on a
So
card?
it used to say this creature is unblockable,
Oh, I see.
right?
Wait, that's so weird. So it's
And now
not
they say
key-
this creature can't be blocked.
Huh.
Right. Weird, right? Both long could just be unblockable.
Unblockable. Yeah.
And
Wouldn't it be funny if they put Oracle text on it though, like unblockable parentheses? This
Cannot be
creature cannot be
blocked?
blocked.
Right. But it's even more explanatory than most keywords in Magic. Just
I would say so.
unblockable.
Yeah.
It cannot be blocked. Are you
It's
trying to
inherent
block? You
in the
can't.
definition of the word.
Oh my
Unblockable.
gosh.
I don't think it. When do you get too handholdy, right?
Right. Silly game. Silly game. Silly game for silly guys.
What's your favorite keyword, chat? Let's think.
Mm,
If you had to pick one keyword.
Well, they recently keyworded my favorite thing, which is mill.
They did do that.
Recently keyworded it.
Let me think. I'm trying. I feel like. I figured mine out. Island Walk. I like Island Walk.
But no playable cards have that ability.
What do you mean? What you talking about?
There's only one guy that wins with that deck. I've seen it. Xander's Lounge.
He
pass it
won
back
in
to-
a Nadu meta
pass it
with
back-
Island Walk.
Yeah, sure did. Pass it back to Sammy G here with just an open plains and no play for turn number 1.
Flashback. That's a fun one. That's a really good one.
And Daniel here with access to, again, the Lounge plus Temple Garden. Assembling Domain on turn number 2 if he wants it.
I want them to bring back the little gravestone that they had on
The
flashback
Gravestone's
cards.
so good. That's a great call.
Entwine. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's just another of the kicker variants. And I know that's a meme, but there is a certain point where it's like, yep, there it is again. I see
Yeah.
it.
They've made a new kicker. It's Offspring.
Offspring. Just another
Offspring's
one.
the new kicker.
Yeah. Sure is. And also, so is Gift.
I like my favorite meme is cancel with set mechanic.
Oh, and Bear with set mechanic.
Bear with set mechanic.
Yep,
Yes.
you get Bear with set mechanic and cancel with set mechanic. Oh, Daniel, you want this Stone Forge?
Ooh,
You
you
can't.
can't.
pick it.
Oh, so close, so close. Draw for turn for Sam will be a Plains. Land for turn though will be Inkmoth Nexus into Stoneforge.
Stoneforge.
Once again, gonna sacrifice it for this consign to memory. Yeah,
Hit
dude.
the trigger. Hit the trigger.
Get that trigger. Have a 1/2.
Enjoy your 1/2.
She's a beaut.
Did you know that the Stoneforge Mystic is Nahiri?
Yeah. Well, she's a core.
But that one,
That's
that art, that one's Nahiri.
that is literally Nahiri. It's not just another core.
Yep, that one's Nahiri.
But it.
That's before. Before they
Oh,
decided
before-
she was a character.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Before she became a named character.
Yeah, that's her.
That's neat. That's very neat.
It'd be like if they decided Snapcaster Mage was gonna become Jared, caster of spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same deal. The Stoneforge did that one. That art is the one that became Nahiri,
I see.
and you can't unsee it once you know it. You
For
just
sure.
look and be like, oh yeah, that's Nahiri.
Stoneforge and Ragavan will trade off.
Good trade
having
for Sam, 'cause-
Mirrored. Yeah.
It kind of lost one of the big halves of this Stoneforge. if you don't find the big target, what's there to cheat in?
For
So-
sure. Trying to get a look at what's in player's hand, what they're cooking with. Ragavan will come out again. Second one for Daniel after trading with the Mystic. Back in Sam's turn. I think I see a Booties.
We got booties.
There we go. Some Lava Spur boots.
Yeah, no fur due to all the lava.
Right.
Sam's got like 2 hammers, maybe 3 in hand.
Dang. He's got the Ink Moth. Just need that last piece.
Yeah.
Cigar Aid would be pretty good. Pure Steel would be nearly as good. Oh, man. Animated Ink Moth to trade with the Ragavan.
This Leyland
Ooh.
binding specifically cannot answer it, as Leyland says non-land permanent.
Go get him.
Yep.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. He knows.
I've been there. I've tried this to try to target creature lands before. What a
Ooh.
beautiful just like
Ooh.
sniff of a moment that you could try to take this. But this sign is an even bigger problem.
Yeah, that one's still a 4/4, no matter how you shake it.
Urza Saga.
Okay. Okay, that can eventually get Sam some more momentum.
Yes.
We'll just pass it back after getting that land out. Ooh, there's 2 Leylands now.
I think
in
his hand
Daniel's
does have 3
hand.
hammers.
No land, though, to play out this ley line. We'll keep this just a vanilla. Not vanilla. It's got flying. 4/4. Life total's 14 all. Dexterity error there for Daniel. No one saw that. It's fine. Tick up the Urza Saga on Sam's turn. Grip of cards. First one played down will be a Windswept Heath.
So if I'm Sam,
Land go, land
really,
go.
really, really want to draw Nadu for turn and turn this Saga into a Shuka.
Isn't that always your fix, though?
Well,
sir?
we're in such a bad spot right now.
I mean, even when you play your own deck, I just got to draw Nadu. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems good. Card's great. So I've heard. We haven't seen it too much tonight. Probably to most people's relief. We'll make a construct on Daniel's end step after falling to 10 off the swing from the Scion down to 9 on a fetch as well. Bring out a tapped Hallowed Fountain, I would assume. Yep.
Nailed it.
No, does he play Surveillance?
Not a 1. You need your mana all turn every turn, right? It's so hard to weave one in.
For sure.
I think this is the first deck I've identified where you don't want one.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of just slapping that in every deck that
Yup.
can manage it. That's like not monocolored, basically.
Yep. I think the Zoo deck should definitely have one at least, but I know Daniel just not picking one up yet.
Doesn't look like he needs it. Man's 3-0.
Right. You know, it helps add a 0.05% to your matchup sometimes.
Right. Second construct before fetching with the Urza's Saga.
And we don't need to go get the boots because we already have the boots.
Swift Spear. Shadow Spear, excuse me.
Spear. Shadow Spear? Shadow.
Could also grab a drum, I guess.
But these constructs are, yeah, and that's the Shadow
Could
Spear
grab
we're
a
debating.
hammer.
Because the Shadow Spear
Yeah.
allows these constructs to both be 4/4s,
Mm-hmm.
and one gets the boot and becomes a 5/4, and it's an attack for 9. Bam, get you.
Yeah.
But part we have to be wary of is if Daniel has Tribal Flames in hand, which I think they do,
I think
they have their own
very,
lethal to fire
very
back.
much does. I think you put boots on the slow one, spear on the fast one.
We don't have mana for that. We're going to have to pick one.
Oh, right, yes. I'm just like, yeah, I'm so used to not paying
Right.
equip costs.
Sam
on
can use the
hammer?
spear here, but Daniel's going to use this binding we know about and answer that token, nullify this whole turn's worth of effort. And Sam is then relegated just to attack for 3 with this construct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exile the token. We'll just put that into the void.
And we attack for 3, and then we're going to die on Daniel's turn. The Scion's going to hit you, and then the Flames are going to flames you.
Leyline.
Now, remember earlier when we said just a 2-mana 4/4 flyer, it does not take long for this card to put the game
Yeah, I
away
think we've swung
and flames you.
for 12 points of damage.
Yeah, plus these flames, and that's
Plus
the game.
the flames is the game.
Flames for games. Bam, got it. 4-0, Daniel G.
The number 1 seed on the leaderboard, Sam G, still has a great night. Will probably maintain that top spot with his 3-1 finish for the night. Daniel, I believe, has not played enough this
Daniel's
league
just
to.
coming back. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
still earns a good heap of store credit on the night. You still, at any night, even when it's a league night, you can still make some good store credit for your troubles, which Daniel will do here, playing a non-MH3 build of Domain Zoo. Can only imagine what he'll do if he decides to add some additional cards to the deck, which he can do over at nerdragegaming.com. We have tens of thousands of cards available. We even have Bloomborough singles up for pre-order right now. Reserve those cards for pickup as early as Friday. Yes, this set comes out on Friday. We're all excited. We've got Commander singles as well from the set being listed this week. They're not up quite yet, but you can add them to your wish list and get notified when they become in stock so you can snatch them up before other people do. We also have a loyalty rewards program. You get 1% back as soon as your first purchase, all the way up to 10% back if you qualify with consecutive purchases. We have tons of ways to play at the store. 5 different OP supported games: Magic, Lorcana, Digimon, Pokemon, and One Piece. There's our full schedule for all those curious. We'll be streaming tomorrow for our first challenge. Pokemon streamers there, Dan and crew will be doing that. I don't know. It's always Dan. Dan's great. We love Dan. Go say hi to him in chat tomorrow. What else should we talk about before we head out? Make sure to hit that follow button. We're live twice a week. I hope you enjoyed the content tonight. It's good to be back. We're excited to be back. We'll have our final week of the Modern League next week, and then we'll have some fun meme weeks. If you have any suggestions, join us over in our Discord, discord.gg/NRG store. As soon as one more person subscribes, boosts the server with Nitro. We unfortunately lost our Nitro status this week.
No.
So if anyone is super generous, we'd love to get that custom invite link back. But there's the QR code if you're curious, and that link tree has all of our socials as well for the series. That being said, though, Dom, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank you
tonight.
for having me tonight.
My name's Viva Goodman. It's been great having you. Take care. Good night.
Bye.